And a warm welcome here ahead of qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Normally these streets are lined with vehicles, it's non-stop traffic jams, but today the roads are closed to everyone except the 20 best drivers in the world. It's time for qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Formula 1 24 My Team career, this time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Baku City Circuit. Really fun track if you have a car for it. The last time we were here it was an absolute disaster. The car was wandering around absolutely everywhere, not sticking and going where I wanted it to go. But let's see if the couple of upgrades we have had since that time have or are going to improve anything. Currently sitting in 19th place, coming up to the end of Sector 1 and an 8/10th gap already, which is absolutely massive for one sector for quite a long lap. So yeah, not really looking too good currently, but I guess we're going to see how it looks like after Sector 2 and Sector 3. But currently, 8/10ths down already. That is not good. I'm pretty sure last time out at Monza we finished with about a 1.4 second gap, maybe 1.8, and for us to lose 8/10ths in one sector isn't really too ideal. But currently sitting in P19, so we are last. We are sitting okay in an okay place right now, 1.4 seconds down now, 20th now it's basically all about the top line speed, which we have been struggling on, so not really expecting to keep this P20 position for quite a long time. But we are going to see as we change up to 8th gear and DRS coming in right now. Can we make it? I guess we will see. Already down to P21. Have we dropped down even further? No, it's P21, but could have been better. Not really too good, especially for a track that's kind of hard to overtake on. Leclerc on pole, Norris second, George Russell third. Can we do anything in the race? Not really looking too good, but I guess we will try and see if we can do absolutely anything.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully out of the barriers. The Baku City Circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and it's made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to a catastrophic consequence for any one of our drivers. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Stroll, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Tsunoda, Joe, Vesti, Sargent, Red and Pastor Maldonado. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
So sharing the last grid kind of places with my teammate, 10 milliseconds ahead of our teammate in qualifying. So really close. Get an okay start. I really should practice starts more often because the AI get it nailed down absolutely every single time and I don't. But already down, up I guess, up to P15. A little bit of a sneaky shot over there, as I'm pretty sure was Albon behind. Already tried braking and I thought, well, I still have time, let's go for it. I think it was actually Tsunoda over there. Tsunoda already on the brakes. And at that point I thought, well, let's just go for it down the inside of the cars ahead. We had the space and we managed to get ahead of the 2 Haas cars. Now both of the Alpines right ahead. Can we get past? Really trying to keep in contact with Gasly over here to try and send it down the inside of the next corner, which is quite easy to do on the AI. There's a couple spots that when the AI are all bunched together, even on the highest of difficulties, you can still get past. It's just how the game is coded, kind of weird, but I guess, you know, a little bit of a free overtaking spot for you to take, as going down to turn 1 at the end of lap 1, really losing out in the top speed on the straight because of the top speed kind of limitations that we have compared to everyone else, because I've said it before, you have to balance out the setup, of course, so you're good in the corners and good in the straights, but of course the car not being fully upgraded yet, nowhere near, to be honest, about maybe a quarter to a third upgraded, and we are still last in the R&D charts, as stuff doesn't go too well over there, as we brake normally where I would brake, we are a bit too wide, and the Haas of Magnussen actually clips my rear axle and slams us into the wall over there, causing some minor to kind of not minor front wing damage. It has definitely affected the steering of the car, but not too bad. It's not tragic, but it definitely could have been better, and we could have done without it, but we are going to keep it in for now, and a lap 3, trying to keep up with the cars ahead. Now we have a chance to overtake over here, but with the front wing we actually are a little bit worse for wear in the corners, and we really have to just watch out not to go in a bit too fast, because normally you would be able to have enough grip on the front axle to kind of turn in and actually make the corner, and now we kind of don't have that ability that we have had at the start of the race. Even with less fuel, it is less well, slightly less fuel, it is less drivable than it was at the start, and we have already had a disconnect between us, Joe and Sargent ahead, and the rest of the field. So, you know, we were up fighting for 10th with the 2 Alpines. Now we are just about fighting for P18, and that is definitely not what we wanted over there. We overtook Joe. It was a clean overtake over there, but then we kind of lose control. I turned in too quickly because I had to get in on the racing line, back onto the racing line, and because of the damaged front wing, we fail over there, get a 5-second penalty for that collision over there, I guess blocking the track. I'm not really sure what it came up as, but we start out, I'm pretty sure it was a P21, and straight away over there try and send it down the inside, because, you know, it's the only thing we can do. We have a slower car, so we have to make opportunistic overtakes when possible, and the first lap is the best chance for you to do stuff. So we tried it. There's a safety car. I tried to do something, it didn't fail. We clipped, I think it was actually me clipping the rear axle on the corner that made us go around, or maybe it was clipped another car, but you know, the result's the same. We spin out, fall back to P19, and we were about P15, go down the inside of Bottas over there, squeeze about wide a little bit over there, and up to P18. So the first 8 laps, more has happened probably since the start of the first season, to be honest. Quite a dramatic race, and you know, this doesn't have any mods on. Definitely I have been thinking about, you know, some sort of more realistic damage mod. I'm not really too sure. For now, I'm just keeping it with the base game and seeing how it rolls. But of course, we do have that 5-second penalty to take into account, and Vesti over there does have a 10-second penalty, I'm pretty sure, for blocking the track. He was kind of behind me when we spun out, and he just kind of stayed still for whatever reason. Now, can we send it down the inside of Magnussen? I kind of thought at this point, even if I squeeze him out and make him, I don't know, crash out, you know, he made us crash out in the first place, so I can get a little bit more cheeky with him in this part of the race. Now, Hulkenberg on Sonoda over there manages to get past. Now that leaves us trying to find a way past Sargent, as he was going a little bit slower, because Sonoda was going slower, as, you know, he just got overtaken by the Haas. So we do manage actually to slip up to P16 already. So, you know, even though we failed basically both starts, we are doing not too bad. Of course, we could repair the front wing under the safety car, which is a bonus, under the red flag even, which is a bonus. But now over here at the end of lap 9, coming towards the end of lap 9, we do have Tsunoda ahead of us, probably with some damage, as Hulkenberg is already 1.7 seconds ahead of Tsunoda, and 2 seconds ahead of us, which is quite a big spot. And the gap from Hulkenberg to the car ahead is probably about 3 seconds, so we are already very, very far from the pack. Do manage to get past Tsunoda over there. 3 wide moment between us, Sargent and Tsunoda down the main straight over there, but we do manage to get to work on lap 10, try to close in on Hulkenberg, go out a bit too wide and actually hit the wall where, of course, Leclerc crashed out in qualifying in 2019, just going in a bit too fast and just didn't really position the car well, so have a damaged front wing once again, as Logan Sargent, who we were fighting before, has retired some sort of issue with his Williams over there, and we were closing in on Hulkenberg. Of course, now with the damage we are falling behind, so definitely not looking too good on lap 11 of the Baku Grand Prix. Now on lap 11 we clip the inside, then that means that we go out wide and clip the outside once again, more front wing damage, and on lap 12 we go in a bit too much and just completely crash the car out, DNF, and just not what we wanted. 2 DNFs in a row when we were looking good for a decent amount of points in both races. Definitely not what we needed at this time of the season.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
And of course, what 3 race victories, a hat-trick of wins, does for a driver's confidence is huge going forward in the championship. They've got the energy on their side now, and it's for the others to try and stop this progression of victories.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So there we go, Leclerc wins from Max Verstappen, a really good race by him from 6th to 2nd, and Norris finishes in 3rd place from the 2nd grid slot. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.